And PSG have been drawn in with Manchester City. So we might see Ronaldo versus Messi. We're seeing we're seeing money versus money, oil versus oil. This is what we want to see. Finally, City versus PSG, the semi-final from last year. They have been drawn against each other. There's some but of course it's going to be on the same nights that Liverpool are playing. So I'm only going to get to watch the highlights of them games. But Man City and PSG are in the same group. Incredible. And I hope that's the group of death. It's the Oil Classico. City versus PSG. Home and away. Oh, great. In the group stage. Don't you love to see it? City are finishing second in the group. Oh, how difficult must it be? Spending your hundreds of millions of pounds and not even winning your group. And Juventus have been placed in Group H as well with Chelsea. So Chelsea against Juventus, which may be made easier if Ronaldo moves on, of course. So, yeah, Juve have gone backwards the last few years, haven't they? But, wow, I can't believe it. The big talking point of this draw so far, we will have the Oil Classico in the group stage of the Champions League. I can't believe it. Maybe it's not rigged after all. The Oil Firm derby, absolutely. Oh, what a draw. Don't you love these draws? And we'll find out now what is going to be next. Barcelona are in Group E, so they get Bayern Munich. Some great games in here. Well, they're punishing the Super League teams, aren't they? They really are. So, yeah, but it does mean that Real Madrid have got Inter Milan, of course. That was drawn earlier. So, Barcelona in with Bayern. Oh, there's some cracking games in the group stage of the Champions League. But remember, right? And this is what I'm just going to point out now, okay? Remember, the whole idea for the Super League was for bigger games, wasn't it? Because in the group stage, there's rarely big games. And now all of a sudden you're seeing Man City, PSG drawn in the same group. You're seeing Bayern and Barca drawn in the same group. Chelsea, Juventus, Liverpool, Atletico Madrid. Weird that, isn't it? Maybe it is rigged. Sevilla are in Group G with Lille. That's just been drawn. So Sevilla are in Group G. Thanks, Craig, for putting this on as well so that I can see it and put it on screen for you when I mention it, of course. And that means Manchester United will be in Group F, where they will have Villarreal and have chance for revenge for what happened in the Europa League, of course. So already we're seeing that United are going to be the ones who get the easy draw, let's be honest. So yeah, Group G and Group F are shite. And it seems to be we have been drawn on the side of the draw where all the good games are going to be. So there we go. Let's have a look. What do you lot make of this draw then? Connor's going to update these lovely graphics that we've got alongside me. Liverpool will be playing in the same group as Atletico Madrid. We've got the Oil Classico in Group A between Man City and PSG, the Oil Firm derby. We've got in Group C, Sporting Lisbon and Borussia Dortmund. And in Group D, Inter Milan versus Real Madrid. So, Ancelotti will play against Inter Milan with Real Madrid. Group E is Bayern Munich and Barcelona. So Barcelona getting a difficult one there as they begin life without Lionel Messi in the Champions League. Group F, Villarreal and Manchester United. Group G, Lille and Sevilla. And Group H, Chelsea and Juventus. So they are the draws so far. What do you make of that? I am really looking forward to Man City and PSG. Is that going to be the group of death? We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Oil side derby is another one. There we go. I'm full of the puns here. We are as a group. Let's have a look. Mohammed says revenge time. Yes, let me know, because obviously our main reaction is Liverpool's draw. Let us know what you think of that draw against Atletico Madrid. I'm not too happy. I hate playing against Diego Simeone. Klopp hates playing against Diego Simeone. I'm confident of beating most teams in Europe, but one team I'm not confident about beating is Atletico Madrid. They'll play for 2 draws against us. Absolutely. We know they will. They're the Spanish champions. It's going to be tough. It really is. But let's have it. And yes, Kante has just been awarded with midfielder of the season, which is mad because I've heard that Jorginho is going to win player of the season. But if he's not even won midfielder of the season, weird. But yeah, Kante completely deserves it. Really, really does. So yeah, absolutely. Really, really deserves that for him. But the Oil Classico, you love to see it. In Group A, we have a tough draw. United have an easy draw. So let's sum it so far. United have an easy draw. City, for once, I've drawn a really difficult side, but they'll probably have 2 easy sides now from pot 3 and 4, because UEFA protects their own. Chelsea have Juventus, so if Ronaldo stays, it's tough. But if not, then it's a pretty easy draw for them. Inter and Barca Inter and Real, of course, relatively tough, but you expect Real Madrid to come through that, especially if they sign Kylian Mbappe. Barcelona get Bayern Munich, tough draw for them. What's going on here? Anything else? City spent all their money on Grealish this year rather than UEFA, says Avaran. Fair enough. Who got Defender of the Year? It went to Ruben Diaz. People saying Man United easy, Villarreal no United. Well, it's still easy. Come on, everyone knows that Man United should have beaten Villarreal in that final. Unai Emery's just really good in finals. Let's be honest, especially Europa League finals. They'll probably finish 3rd in their group, Villarreal, and go to the Europa League just because Unai Emery loves it. So why not? And of course, yeah, Alberto Moreno against Man United. So there you go. And now we'll have the draw for pot 3. So here we go. Let's wait and see what happens here, and which team will be drawn out here. It will be Shakhtar Donetsk. So they're going to be in Group A, aren't they? They always play Manchester City, so they'll be in Group A. They can only be. Oh no! Oh mad! They can't be in Group A. They can't be in that half of the draw. They can only be in E, F, G, or H. So we won't be playing Shakhtar, that's for sure. But they can play either Manchester United or Chelsea, or they can be in the group with Bayern and Barca. It's a difficult away tie, Shakhtar, for whoever gets them. So we'll find out now. Will they be in D? Sorry, will they be in E, F, G, or H? Oh, they're in D. They could be in D, and they are in D. They will play Inter Milan and Real Madrid. Now, they played with Real and Inter last season. So, yeah, 3 teams that were together last season, which is a bit mad. So, there we go. You don't see that often, do you? But Inter, Real, and Shakhtar again. They beat Real Madrid in Shakhtar, of course, last year. So the next one, Benfica have been drawn in Group E. So Benfica joined Bayern Munich and Barcelona in Group E. So there we go. So it's a relatively tough group, that. The group of Bs is Group E, Benfica, Bayern, and Barcelona. Now, let's see what's going on. A lot of people reacting to who we've got. Trent versus Felix again, says Luke. People saying unlucky Benfica, but that's a tough group. That Bayern, Barca, Benfica. So they end up in Group E. Let's see what happens next. But yep, it's the groups of B in Group E. Have a look. Zenit won the next out, and they're in Group H, so they join Chelsea and Juventus. Again, it's a tough trip that, but obviously Chelsea owned by a Russian, Zenit a Russian side. So yeah, Abramovich's Chelsea will also face Zenit as well as Juventus. So they seem to have quite a nice draw once again. Chelsea, they had some nice draws last year, didn't they? Chelsea, and they seem to have got it again now. So who will be in Liverpool's group from pot 3, do you reckon? We'll soon find out. I think Leipzig. I said Leipzig. I got Lille wrong though, so we'll see. But Dejan Lovren's Zenit will play Chelsea. We'll get to see that. Luke says full Anfield versus Atletico will be great. Absolutely. I was there last time and it was a great game. Great game. Unfortunate the result, but it absolutely erupted. After the Bobby goal, it was just a shame what happened in the end. But Leipzig are in Group A. They join Man City and PSG. So, yeah, fingers crossed for a tough group there. But they join City and PSG. Obviously, we played Leipzig last season. But yeah, there you go. As Craig says, it's the money group. It certainly is. They love the money in Group A. Who do you reckon we'll get? Brad says we're going to get Ajax. It's genuinely the group of people that have been taken over by rich owners who have then ruined football. Leipzig have done it in Germany. PSG, we all know what PSG have done. And Man City, we all know what Man City have done. So, yeah, there we go. It's the oil team. Atalanta are in Group F, so they join Villarreal and Manchester United. So it's the group of average teams, that. Let's be honest. So there we go. Chloe Chapman says Manchester United are so lucky. They absolutely are. All the time we see this. What else? Anything else from you lot in the comments? I completely agree with this, but this is why I was a bit annoyed that we got them because, they're so annoying to play against. They really are. But yeah, fingers crossed. This time we do get our revenge and we beat them both home and away. That would be very nice. So I'll wait and see for the next one group. Let's have a look. Salzburg are in Group G, so they join Lille and Sevilla. So it looks like we might be getting Ajax again. So we've got a relatively tough group, to be honest. We should be beating Ajax. We had them last year, but what an away trip that'll be. I know a lot of Liverpool fans that were disappointed that they couldn't do the away. Amsterdam away, of course, last year because of football being behind closed doors. So I'd be happy. That's one I'd try and get to, Ajax away. I'd certainly try and book flights and then see if I can get tickets. But Porto are in there as well, I believe. So we can get either Ajax or Porto. Yes, we've got Porto. I say yes. I don't know why I'm saying yes. Porto, Marco Grujić's side, a team that got quite far in the Champions League last year. They're built where they're difficult to break down. They're difficult to beat. So we've basically got the group of shithouse. That's what we are. So we've got Porto again, Marco Grujić's Porto, a side that we know from last year, another side that are difficult to break down. We always seem to hammer them. We always get them, in the knockout stages. But since they've had the new manager that they had last season, they're incredibly difficult to beat, incredibly difficult to break down. I remember Pep Guardiola saying the same last year because obviously City had them in the group stage. They got quite far in the competition. They knocked Juventus out in the knockout stages. So, yeah, hopefully we can just smash them like we usually do. But it's not an easy draw, this. And then of course Ajax will be in the remaining group, which I believe is joining Sporting Lisbon and Borussia Dortmund. So let's have a look, see what everything else is said. But yeah, another good point is we have no long haul game for now. We're going to Spain, we're going to Portugal. So yeah, happy days there, happy days. But 2 games that aren't easy, let's be honest. And we can still draw AC Milan. So yeah, I won't give you my reaction just yet, but fingers crossed we get a nice easy team from pot 4. Kieran Jones quite rightly points out, though, it's the Champions League. There's no easy draw, but we could have got worse from that pot. Let's be honest, we really could. And Connor's updated this marvelously, so thank you for that, Connor. And let's be honest, we should be beating both Atleti and Porto. So there we go. Jaden points out as well, with Marega gone, Porto aren't as good. So yeah, we should be beating Porto. Let's be honest. But what I didn't want to say to you was, let's not say that it's going to be an easy game, because it won't be. But come on, let's smash them again, home and away. Let's have a bit of fun. I'm saying 6-0 home and away. There we go. Harvey Elliott's going to ruin Porto, says Kieran Jones. But already we're seeing that there's 2 very tough groups in there. We're seeing obviously Group A, Man City, PSG, and Leipzig. We're calling that the oil group. So yeah, that's what Group A is. Forward of the season, by the way, has gone to Erling Haaland, which I think is deserved. The robot. And Group E as well looks a difficult group. Group E, the group of Bs, Bayern, Barca, and Benfica. So yeah, 2 very tough groups there. Let's have a look. Christian says Atleti and Porto FFS. Someone says we're getting Milan 100%. I have a feeling we're going to get AC Milan, but I said we'd get Lille and Leipzig as well. So we'll soon see. Let's have a look. Anything else? Liz Golden reminding you to hit that like button. We've got 800 people in this chat, so thank you very much, guys, and make sure you're sharing this and liking this so we get more and more people in. Kieran Jones says Arsenal are in Group L. No win. I've told you already. This isn't the this is the Champions League draw, not the Championship draw. Easy group for United, says I'll with you. Joel Matip season says I wouldn't mind AC Milan. There's easier draws though. Let's be honest. I have a feeling now actually that AC Milan may go in that Group A, and how nice that would be. Dragos Gaming says it's a little bit of a tough draw for Liverpool, and that's exactly how I'll describe it. You know, those 2 sides that we're playing aren't easy. They're not easy draws, but we could have had worse. Let's be honest. So, you know, it's one of them. Ella Nick says Suarez coming back to Anfield will be interesting. Yes, it will. It will be interesting. Interesting to see the reception he gets. I'm sure there'll be some booing if he tries some of the shithousery that he did last time he came, obviously with Barca in that semi-final. Callum says, I like playing Porto. We will be fine. Oh, look, I've angered Paul. Paul says, I'm talking nonsense as per. You tell me why we should beat Atletico Madrid. Because we're Liverpool Football Club, mate. That is why. Okay? We can beat anyone. So, yeah, sorry for being positive. Apparently positive is nonsense. But, Paul, if you want negativity, mate, this ain't the channel to watch. Young boys have been drawn in Group F. So, Manchester United have got young boys. There we go. I'll leave you lot to do the jokes. I am not saying a word. But we know that Manchester United have Villarreal, Atalanta, and Young Boys. So, shock horror, they have got a easy group. They should be winning that. Let's be honest. They should be topping that. Manchester United will be winning that group, that's for sure. Connor has said it absolutely stinks of the Europa League, and he's right. Any of them 4 teams could go into the Europa League. But Villarreal will probably do it on purpose so Emery can win another Europa League. Skip says, finally an easy group for United. What are you on about, finally? It always happens. Let's see what happens next. Desi loves my answer because we're at Liverpool. It's easy answer, mate. Besiktas have been drawn in Group C, so come to Besiktas. Join Sporting Lisbon, Dortmund, and Ajax in that group. That's an interesting group. Any of them teams can go through that. Oh, I like that group. Nice. I can see some bald guy in the audience on his phone. It looks like he was on FaceTime. Don't know who he is, but there we go. Mike thinks that United will get knocked out of that group. He says Villarreal and Atalanta will go through. Interesting. I'd put some money on that, mate. Why not? You'd probably lose it, but why not? Let's see what happens here. Who's next? Tesco meal deal has commented. They say that Group A is going to be full stop entertaining. AC Milan have been drawn in our group. AC Milan in Group B. It was going to happen, wasn't it? But it's a bit of a group of death for Liverpool. A tough draw for us. We have Atletico Madrid, Porto, and AC Milan. That will be our group this year. Wow. Let's have it. Let's have it. It's a crazy group. It really is a crazy group. Milan back in the Champions League, where they belong, let's be honest. The nostalgia of that club. And we've got them. Now, wow. Them and Atletico Madrid, look, it's a tough draw, but they're very beatable. They are very beatable. And it's 3 nice away trips. We're not traveling too much. Portugal, Italy, and Spain. So, yeah, up the Reds. A tough draw. But these games are winnable because we're Liverpool Football Club, let's be honest. I think, to sum up the draw perfectly, I don't think we're going to be winning 6-0 in every game. But I tell you what, I'm really, really happy about that in a way because there's not long left of the San Siro. And I, for one, am someone that's going to try and get tickets for that because to go to the San Siro before, obviously, they demolish it would be great. But yeah, a difficult draw for us. Wolfsburg now have been drawn in Group G, so they're in with Lille, Sevilla, and RB Salzburg. But wow, let me know what you think of that draw. Kloppstan Liverpool says it's good for us. Yeah, it's good for the fans. It is good for the fans because we get good games of football. Atletico Madrid, you get to go to obviously that lovely stadium that we won it in. Yeah, it'll be nice to go back there. The San Siro, obviously the Estadio de Drago as well. So yeah, there's a comment here saying we are fucked from Ryan Park. We're not, mate. We're Liverpool. We can beat anyone. We can beat all of them teams. Bruges have been drawn in Group A. So Bruges will be finishing bottom of Group A. Simon Mignolet's Club Bruges, actually, interestingly. So there you go. Mignolet has a job on his hands, let's be honest. So there's one easy team for them. Mr. Vlasic, thank you for your super chat. I can't put that on screen, and I've said already that I will not be reading them out, but thank you for your super chat, mate. Who are Milan these days, says Jaden LFC. They're beatable. They're a tough side. It won't be easy. It won't be an easy 3 points, but they're beatable. That is for sure. I'm telling you that. It's a tough group, but we could have had harder. Malmo are in Group H with Chelsea, Juve, and Zenit. So not only have United got an easy draw, but so have Chelsea. But yeah, we don't. RSH14 says we will top the group. Come on, you Reds. Jaden says, where did they finish in the league? They finished in 4th, which is why, they're in pot 4. Let's have a look. The Kloppstan Liverpool simply says, up the Reds. W1 Alpha says, just remember AC Milan have 2 strikers with the pace of an injured donkey. Zlatan will come to Anfield. Remember that. Big Zlatan. Kiev are in Group E. So Kiev join the group of Bs in Group E. The Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and Benfica. Let's have a look. Anything else? Drago Gaming points out that you have there's no real shining group of death this year, is there? You know, we'll probably get called it because there's 4 well-known teams in there, 4 European giants. Obviously, you have the oil group. Sheriff are in Group D, so Sheriff have got Inter, Real, and Shakhtar. So good for them. They get to play Real and Inter. But yeah, Group A is the group of oil. Group B is, you know, the group of European giants. And yeah, we'll go from there. Group E is the group of Bs and obviously Dynamo Kiev. So there we go. This is, I agree with this, Jaden. I've said this, of course. It could have been a harder group. It could have been easier. And I think that's the thing to take away from this. We could have had a lot easier. It's not like we'll go away and say, we guarantee a win in every game. It's going to be easy. We'll definitely be through in first. It's going to be tough. I'm not putting it easy. It's going to be tough. Every game in the group is going to be tough. But you're in the Champions League. It shouldn't be easy games. Let's be honest. You shouldn't be getting teams like Sheriff. You should be getting easy draw. You shouldn't be getting easy draws. If you're getting easy draws in the Champions League, then that should be an anomaly. But all the draws should be, you know, all the games are games that Liverpool Football Club can win. Let's be honest with that. So yeah, happy days. But yeah, pot 1, as Craig's put on, pot 1, Atletico Madrid. That's the only team in our group that haven't won the Champions League before, which is madness. But to round up the draw results, to round up the result, we've got Group A, which is Man City, PSG, Leipzig, Bruges. Group B is Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Porto, and Milan. Our group, of course, Group B. Group C is Sporting Lisbon, Dortmund, Ajax, Besiktas. And yeah, that's it. Group D is Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Sheriff. Group E is Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Benfica, and Dynamo Kiev. Group G is Losk Lille, Sevilla, Salzburg, and Wolfsburg. Group F is Villarreal, Manchester United, Atalanta, and Young Boys. And Group H is Chelsea, Juventus, Zenit St. Petersburg, and Malmo. So Vlasic has said those are some great away days for our fans. Yes, it's going to be incredibly hard to get tickets for those group stage games. But yeah, what a draw. Thank you very much for joining me for that. The Reds have got Atleti, Porto, and Milan in the group stage of the Champions League. It's not easy, let's be honest, but bring it on. We're Liverpool Football Club and we can beat anyone. Thank you for joining us, and we shall see you soon. Ta-ra.